This is the Scrap Metal and Commodities Recycling Report brought to you by Benlee, Roll-Off and Open-Top Trailers and Raleigh and Goldsboro Metal Recycling, January 11, 2016. In this report, last week and this morning, copper prices hit new multi-year lows. Steel prices had a small uptick, and China and U.S. manufacturing continues a very troubling trend lower. Looking at the bottom left of this chart, in the last reporting week, steel production in the U.S. dropped to yet a new low in recent years. While this chart shows 10 years, oil hit new 12-year lows last week. Therefore, oil rigs that use huge amounts of steel remain shutting down in the United States and are now an incredible 1/3 of what they were just a year ago. With U.S. manufacturing slowing and scrap prices very low, steel scrap coming into scrap yards became so low in the past month that last week, scrap prices came up about $20 a gross ton. That's a bit more than 75 cents per 100 pounds, which will help increase scrap flow. With scrap steel prices up, finished steel came up a bit as well last week, with some mills implementing a $30 a ton increase. With these increases, Nucor Steel announced they will restart their scrap metal substitute manufacturing plant, making DRI, which will help keep the price of scrap steel at very low levels. Note this will actually help increase steel mill profitability. Last week, along with steel, stainless steel scrap prices came up a bit. Copper was very different though. With bad manufacturing data coming out of China, copper prices fell to almost 7-year lows last Monday, and they fell even further in the past 12 hours to yet new lows. Importantly, looking at this 5-year chart, we see copper prices have been declining for many years. Aluminum was different and came up a bit last week, but not for a positive reason. Aluminum came up a bit due to Alcoa announced yet more smelter closings in the United States. As aluminum prices have come down for more than 5 years, with last week's announcement, aluminum manufacturing in the United States will hit a 65-year low, a very bad statistic for U.S. jobs. As forecast last week, U.S. sales did hit an all-time high of a record 17.5 million vehicles, which of course has many positives. Again, that data is U.S. sales, not U.S. manufacturing. While U.S. manufacturing of vehicles has been increasing and was just under 12 million units last year, only 7 vehicles made in the United States have more than 75% U.S. content. That is down from more than 30 vehicles just 5 years ago. This means very high value jobs in engineering and manufacturing like engines, axles, electronics are being done in other countries, and the U.S. is the final assembly point where we use German and Japanese made robots to reduce U.S. labor and U.S. jobs. A positive is that the most profitable car company in the world, that is Toyota, has 2 of the 7 of the highest U.S. content cars right here. Maybe other companies making vehicles in the U.S. will follow them and add more U.S. content. On a positive, almost 300,000 jobs were created last month in the United States, and the unemployment rate remains near multi-year lows at just 5%. Lastly, we had a great visit at Raleigh Metal Recycling last week with the freshman senator from North Carolina, Tom Tillis. We had an open discussion on economic growth, healthcare, metal theft, and gun control. We compliment him greatly for his outreach to the Democrats across the aisle. Getting the best of the best out of both parties is needed to create good middle-class jobs to increase growth. With that, we hope all have a safe and profitable week. My name is Greg Brown.